Good evening, everyone. Fellow graduates, faculty, parents, honored guests, normal guests, and everybody on the live stream who is like the 6th or 7th favorite person who didn't quite get the ticket. We're so glad you're here, though. We are. And it's a privilege to be speaking to you all today. I do realize that 3 of my 4 semesters here at Legion were actually spent off campus at York Tech. So allow me to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Cece Brown. I play 3 things: soccer, guitar, hard to get. And as I sat down to begin writing this speech and preparing what to say, I just couldn't stop thinking, wow, I can't believe we're graduating in 30 minutes. I also couldn't help but feel pretty amazed at our high school progression. And not just the class of 2021, but you guys specifically. Because if you'll go back with me about 2 years, around the end of sophomore year for most, and it was a little earlier for some, a little later for others, but around that time, you were just living your life. As an established student at your old school, you were probably involved in a sport or a club. You probably had a friend or two, if not many, many more. You were comfortable, ready for change, maybe, yeah, some of you, but comfortable. And then this brand new school popped up out of nowhere, started making these hefty promises, and just like that, you were required to make a very difficult decision, a life-altering one. And I gotta say, moving schools voluntarily in the middle of your high school experience, bold, very bold, because it was a calculated risk. Or I don't know, maybe a regular risk. There's a lot of jocks here. Don't know how many calculations were getting made, but regardless, whether you were an athlete or a scholar or some sort of halfsy, or I don't know, neither, I don't judge, you were willing to make yourself uncomfortable in the pursuit of something better. And that rocks. The people who are going to make a difference are the people who don't sit around and wait for things to happen to them. They get up. They seek out opportunities. They make their own paths. And that is what you guys did by coming here. But going back to the move wasn't an easy ride from that point. I'll go ahead and speak for everybody and say no. No, it's not. I mean, I love a good concrete box with no reception as much as the next guy. Like, y'all know me. But yeah, going to a non-traditional high school definitely had its challenges. And then, of course, the pandemic broke out, and things were getting canceled. And a couple of online classes later, we were moving into a new concrete box with no reception. This time with fancy vending machines, though. So, sold, right? And it was hard. Really hard. But it wasn't all bad. There's a lot of good that came out of it. And I'm confident in saying that I'm a much different person from when all this chaos broke out. I mean, yeah, I basically forgot how to study, and every conversation I have now feels like I'm talking to my middle school crush. Seriously, my social skills haven't taken a beating. And if you text me, I will stress out over how to respond for 3 hours, which turns into 3 days, and then I just avoid it altogether. That goes for emails to adults. If you do email me and you say, I hope this email found you well, just know that it didn't. I was actually doing well, and then your email found me, thank you very much. But that's besides the point. We're talking about the positive things here. One very big positive thing that came out of this was that we've all had to practice self-reliance. We've had to create structure for ourselves, and that's something most of us have never had to do before because it's always been done for us since we were kids. We would pull up to 3rd grade, take a 7th multiplication test, run the pacer, eat a corn dog bandits, and pretty good, right? Now if I have more than 2 things to do in one day, I have a stress breakdown. And hey, that's fine, man. It's all about self-improvement. And quite frankly, the pandemic has given us the time and the space to do that. surprised valedictorian? Goodness gracious. But as we transition out of these hardcore restrictions and into adult life, and that can mean a lot of things. That can mean going to school, going into the military, working, living in your mom's basement. Mom, that offer is still on the table. You get back to me. I hope you'll continue finding ways to improve yourself and your life. You're already on a roll. I mean, like I mentioned, you were willing to make yourself uncomfortable to come here. So the next step is simple. Just keep doing that, right? Making choices you know are for the best at the expense of convenience will serve you as life inevitably gets more complicated and it becomes expensive to simply exist. And I'm serious about that one, guys. Free trial life is now over. Also, I think we need to stop expecting to just skim through PowerPoints and look up answers online, because life is no longer an adventure course. But as long as you keep pushing yourself, testing your limits, striving to be better, whether that's challenging yourself academically, athletically, socially, in the workforce, at home, you're gonna be all right. I mean, you made it this far. What's another 65 years, right? But to everybody who has helped us become who we are today, we thank you. To our teachers, who essentially took the same risk we did. You took a chance on your careers, on this school, on us. We thank you. To our coaches, our guidance counselors, our families, our friends, we thank you. I also have several people that I would like to personally thank, starting with the Reagan family. That is Shannon and Ashley and their 4 daughters, Hannah, Ellie, Riley, and Macy. We often joke about how I'm their 5th kid, but they really are my family, and the love and support that they've given me these past 4 years has been monumental, and I don't think I can ever describe the impact that has had on me. I would also like to thank Ashton Unsworth, who is my best friend, has been since 8th grade, and he is just an example to me of character, integrity, endurance, and I just really want to be him when I grow up, so thank you, Ashton. Finally, I would like to thank my dad, who is my biggest cheerleader, and despite a cancer diagnosis last summer, which has brought on many, many challenges in his life and our family's life, he came to every soccer game, supported me in every choice, and has just been a great dad. So thank you, Dad. But I guess that's it for high school. We're out of here. I'll just leave you with this. Exiting the comfort zone is how you grow. And it's not a cozy experience, but that's okay because you've never been there before. So get uncomfortable. Say what you mean. Take up space. Triple text that person. Because life just isn't that long. And one day you're gonna get older and you're gonna look back and you're gonna be so thankful that you left that bubble of familiarity. I know you guys are gonna do amazing things. I know it. And hopefully I'll see you at the reunion in about a decade or so. Also prom in about 2 weeks. But good luck everyone, and thank you.